It begins with a child who never asked to be born into danger. In a small, forgotten village, a boy disappeared one night. His family was told he had gone to the city for work, chasing a better life. But that was a lie. His name was written on a ledger, passed through hands that never once cared about who he was, only what he was worth. This is not one story. It is 1,000, and it leads us into the shadows of a global trade so vast, so hidden, that it thrives on the silence of those who benefit from it most. The business of trafficking human organs. It sounds like a dark rumor, something whispered in conspiracy circles. But the truth is much colder. Across the world, the demand for kidneys, livers, and hearts has exploded. Rich patients in powerful countries need transplants. Waiting lists are long. Desperation grows. And where there is desperation, there is profit. Investigators have traced networks stretching from poor villages in South Asia and Africa to gleaming hospitals in Europe and North America. Middlemen target the vulnerable, promising jobs, promising safety, only to strip them, sometimes literally, of what keeps them alive. Sometimes the victims live, sometimes they don't, but always someone higher up makes money. The scale of it is staggering. Experts estimate the illegal organ trade is worth billions every year, yet very few cases ever reach court. Why? Because the people buying the organs are often powerful. Because hospitals that should be asking questions sometimes choose not to. And because corruption doesn't stop at borders. It thrives across them. But behind every statistic is a face. A brother who never came home. A daughter who cannot explain the scar across her stomach. Families who know the truth but cannot speak it, terrified of what might happen if they do. I spoke to one investigator who has chased these cases for over a decade. He told me, every time we get close, the trail goes cold. Witnesses vanish. Officials suddenly lose interest. It's like trying to hold smoke in your hands. And yet, the smoke is real. In one infamous case, a young man who thought he was flying abroad for construction work woke up in a private clinic with half his body stitched shut. He was sent home with nothing but painkillers and silence. Months later, he was gone. What makes this story unbearable is not just the crime itself, but the indifference surrounding it. For every victim, there's someone on the other side, a patient who survives, who gets to live, while another life is reduced to collateral damage. It raises a haunting question. Whose life do we value more, and why? The tragedy of this trade is that it feeds on inequality, on the chasm between those who have everything and those who have nothing. And the deeper you look, the more you realize it is not confined to the shadows. It is stitched into the very fabric of a world that turns away, as long as the system keeps working for those who can pay. Maybe the hardest part is knowing that these aren't just distant horrors. They are connected to us, to the products we buy, the governments we elect, the silence we maintain. A boy in a village vanishes. A millionaire in another country gets to live another year. And between them lies a chain of corruption so carefully hidden, it almost feels invisible. Almost. The truth is still out there, carried in the scars of survivors, in the grief of families, in the quiet investigations of those who refuse to stop asking questions. Because until we face it, we are part of it. This is not just a crime story, it's a mirror. And sometimes what reflects back is darker than we're ready to see.